Welcome to the fourth and final showcase of the Cedar Cove Coaster Competition. This has been such an awesome competition and I've had so much fun spotlighting everyone's creations. At the end of this showcase the voting form will release, so please go and vote for your top 3 creations. Then after a little while the voting will close and the 2 winners will be announced. And those 2 winners will be joining Cedar Cove's coaster lineup, along with also receiving a Steam, Xbox or PlayStation £25 gift card. Let's get into the final showcase. Just want to say a really big thank you to Mr. Antonio for helping me record the showcases, and who was also the incredible creator behind Cedar Cove's first coaster. First up we have Soundwave, our first B&M launched surf coaster of showcase number 4, and this looks really nice. I'm liking all the landscaping around it as well. It's got a very unique colour scheme, that like pale purple track and the bright yellow supports look really nice. Launching into a nice overbank there, looks like he's got a pretty decent speed too. Perfect speed for a B&M surf coaster anyway. Like I said in the previous showcases, the most thrilling part of a surf coaster is that seating or standing position, so you do want the actual layout to be a bit more tamer than you would normally have a B&M like coaster that does inversions and launches like a Flawless or a Wing. You do want it to be a bit more toned down so you're not getting flown around loads. But yeah, this looks a really nice speed to it. Nice little sign there as well we just look past. Some graffiti down here, who could that be? Love that. Then we got a little maintenance shed too. Transfer tracks there. Love all the foliage around the station as well. Got a cool like wave over the top of the roof there. Let's go for a ride. I like all those little go faster arrows in the launch track there too. Some pretty nice custom supports to the right of the screen I'm noticing. Those look nice. Got a very long launch section there with a little airtime bump in the middle. Let's go. Launching up here into that nice overbank turn, taking that at a really nice speed. Nice near misses with the trees as well. I'm sort of imagining these trees were here maybe before the ride was designed, if this was a coaster in real life, and the layout kind of threads around those existing trees because they weren't allowed to take them out. Yeah, very nice pacing on this. Beautifully smooth corkscrew there. Diving down over that path, I like pathwork interaction. It just, yeah, really makes the coaster feel a lot more kinetic when you're like watching it go around and exciting. It's pretty cool. And then down into our brake run. That was nice. Yeah, really good coaster there. I like the speed of it, and it takes all of its elements at a very sensible pace too, which is good. Look very smooth, got some pretty cool profiling on there, and it's a very pretty ride. Nice job. Next up we have Steam Surge, which is a huge out and back Gerstlauer launched infinity coaster, and I love the look of this. It looks really realistic, launching there after doing that inversion out the station into a really nicely profiled top hat, and the custom supports on this are fantastic. You've got the airtime hill there underneath the same like support structure holding up that stall. Got a really nice snapping overbank turn there. Huge airtime hill, and then into this like really big knot of track. I love the way that looks. This is very Gerstlauer. You've clearly studied this manufacturer and how they design elements. I love that. It's sort of like a non-inverting loop into like an Immelmann sort of thing, and then it goes through it. I like all the custom supporting around the whole area really. Like this element here looks so unique. Sort of like a diving, is it a snake dive? Is that what they're called? And into that stall there. That's so cool. And you can just see here those nice custom trains doing the first inversion out of the station. Yeah, this looks really realistic. I'm really excited to have a ride on this. Looks like it's got a lot of awesome elements in there as well. Looks really smooth and fast, and I'm just excited to see the interaction with those custom supports too. Yeah, let's go for a ride. Really nice inversion out the station. It's got a beautiful track colour as well. It's like very Copperhead Strike, isn't it? Great hang time on that. Then slightly tilted up launch as well. Nice realism element there. Shooting up into that huge top hat. Diving down with some nice transition work there over a huge airtime hill. Very sharp overbank turn to go down. Up into a massive airtime hill. Little trim brakes there before it goes into this really cool element here. Got the custom support in there. Yeah, I really like that. Then doing a nice helix there with a little bump in the middle. Airtime hill through that structure into our second launch. Just a little booster on this one. Then it's that cool like flying snake dive. I love the look of that. Diving down underneath that airtime hill from earlier, doing the stall. It's so cool. Really funky transitions as it flies back to the station. Look at the speed we've got still. A really nice set of elements there, and then up into the brakes. That was awesome. Great layout. Yeah, I really love that. You get packed a lot into that layout. Really punchy. Good job. Next up we have Steel Baron, which is described as a mid-range height RMC with a steel factory industrial theme. I really like the look of this. The name Steel Baron apparently comes from the US history of the owner of a massive steel company, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm loving the area all around it. The landscaping is beautiful. The creator did ask for it to be showcased at this specific time, and you can really tell why. The lighting like falling through the trees and casting some cool shadows on the floor, and I love how the coaster just kind of glows in the distance. Really beautiful work there. Look at that truss structure as well. It's really unique. It's got like a dive loop going through it. I've never seen anything like that before. That's awesome. Coming down the first drop there into a very like sharply banked bottom of the first drop. Very cool. It's almost like a mini I-305. Cool little turnaround there, diving into a huge trench. You can see the camera light come on. That's awesome. Like that brake run over the trench like a big bridge too. Let's go for a ride. Doing a little outer bank turn around the sign there. That's pretty cool. Ooh, where are we going now? Oh, there's like a little show scene before we go on. That's awesome. It's a really nice theming in here. I think this is the transfer track building too. Nice. Up the lift till we go. At the top of the drop now. Some nice little electric boxes at the top of there too. Really steep layout. Partially banking down at the bottom. I love that. Yeah, it's very like a I-305 or into a Megalite sort of thing, isn't it? Flying around here. Loads of inversions. Right down to the bottom of that like canyon almost. And shooting back up into that dive loop through the truss structure of the lift hill. That's so cool. There's some really unique elements on here. Flying around, oh great, like helix underneath that path. That was really cool. Nice stall through the station building. I think that's the first station building fly through we've seen in this competition. That was awesome. Getting some great airtime pops as we're flying around. Yeah, look at the speed of this. It's absolutely flying along. There's some great little airtime pops, outer bank turns. Great head choppers. Love all the foliage around the area too. Nice transitions and then up into the brake run. Yeah, that was so cool. Great overview of the coaster there. Quick look at night too, because it's got some beautiful night lighting, especially on the truss structure. Yeah, love that. It's a great coaster with a really fun layout and a nice theme. Great use of terrain work as well. Cool job. Next up we have Steel Thunder, which is an Arrow or Vekoma looping coaster. I love the look of this. How cool does that look? There's some really unique custom supports going on there. I love all the interaction with the ride area as well. It's like partially over water. Looks like a really long winding coaster layout as well. Really interesting. It's got some very interesting custom supporting going on there too, with a cool catwalk. Awesome double loop there, that interlocking loop. It's got some block sections as well, which is great to see from a realism standpoint. Look at that sign as well, Steel Thunder. I love the look of that. Yeah, it's a very pretty ride. I'm excited to have a go on this. The layout looks very like sort of well, the interlocking loops look very conventional, like a Arrow or Vekoma coaster, but then some of the elements look a lot more like modern as well from what I'm seeing. So I'm really excited to see what the layout's like on this. It looks like it's got a really good variety of elements. Got a really nice fountain there with the like abstract art pieces. Some lockers. Got toilets down here next to a huge support column. Look at the size of that. Great near miss there with the train coming down towards the entrance. I like that. Cool entrance sign too. Yeah, this looks awesome. I'm excited to go on this. Got a little cafe down here too. Up the lift hill we go. Don't know where the layout's going with this one. I've only seen like off-ride shots, so. Ooh, diving down into it. The double interlocking loops straight away. Going through there at a nice speed. Little airtime pop, great head chopper there. It's diving down. Oh wow, very unique corkscrew there, really elongated. It's almost like a stall. Flying around into that other loop that interlocks with the previous one. Nice entrance flyby and then up into a block section. Got a like custom staircase up to that block section there too, which is cool. Really nice realism. Diving down under all those trees. Double corkscrew. And snapping round up into another block section before we dive down into our last few elements before the brake run. Oh, look at that interaction there as well, that was awesome. Yeah, and then up into the brakes. That was really fun. Nice little maintenance area here too, love the look of that. Yeah, that was an awesome layout. Really interesting elements going on there, and the whole ride area is really pretty as well. Great work. Next up we have Steel Vortex, which is a very Dragonfire inspired Arrow looping coaster. I absolutely love the look of this. I'm glad that we're getting a lot of Arrow and Vekoma loopers in this episode, and this one definitely looks incredible. All the landscaping around it looks beautiful. I love how it's like all really grown up and mature landscaping as well. You can imagine it would have sort of been planted around the same time as the coaster. You've got some great custom support work going on there as well, especially around the loop and those corkscrews and the batwing that you've just seen earlier. But yeah, this looks really nice. It's got loads of different inversions. It's absolutely huge as well. I love that first drop there. Very Dragonfire, the drop there. And yeah, the rest of the layout just looks fantastic. It looks like it packs in a lot of elements. Got a custom little... Is that custom? That's really cool. Down here, got a cool maintenance area as well. Nice realism. And then this is probably my favourite view of the coaster. You see pretty much the whole layout just nestled in the trees. Arriving at the top of the lift hill now. Going to get a great view from up here as we plummet down to the ground. That Dragonfire first drop and inversion must have been so weird to experience in real life. It's such a unique element. It's like a drop into a corkscrew. It's kind of like Nemesis actually, isn't it? Drop into a corkscrew. Anyway, down we go up into that very tall vertical loop. Ooh, nice supports in the track there as well. That's a really nice bit of detail. Diving down into that massive batwing. Yeah, the profiling on this is really nice, very Arrow. And up into a very tall mid-course brake run. Building up the speed again, diving through those custom supports, that's really cool. And then up into another vertical loop. It's keeping the speed really nicely. A little hop through that structure there, and then into a very nice corkscrew. Custom corkscrew as well, which is nice. Little cutback inversion there, another corkscrew. Oh, they interlock with each other, awesome. Flying back round into its last few elements before we hit the brakes. Nice upward helix to kill that speed before the end of the ride. Again, very realistic. This creator knows exactly what they're doing with Arrow coasters. And a little hop up into the brakes. That was really fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Nice look at the nightlight in there as well. It looks really nice. Yeah, great work. That layout was incredible. Very smooth. Got some great Arrow transitions in there. Nice job. Next up we have an Intamin multi-dimension family coaster called Storm Chase. I really like the look of this. It's a very beautiful coaster. I'm glad that we're getting a lot of Intamin multi-dimension coasters in this competition because they really do stand out compared to all the thrilling ones as well. I was a bit worried like people wouldn't pick them because it's like the only family coaster in the list, but yeah, I'm glad there's a lot of creators doing them, and this looks awesome as well. You've definitely done the ride model justice. Got all of the nice special elements for this coaster type in there too. It's got a very bright colour scheme and I love all the foliage around it. Storm Chaser, that is a very cool sign. Chase the Storm is the slogan for this that the creator mentioned, which looks really cool. I like the buildings that you've got around as well. There for the special elements of track, that's really nice. Yeah, the colour scheme is very jazzy, isn't it? Very like bright neon colours, which is really cool. Got the cool station building there as well. I like all the flowers outside the front of it and all like sort of nautical seaside theming that you've got going on, with like all the signs that are everywhere, like they've been blown around by this storm. Going up the lift hill now, kind of dropping straight into a helix first, and then it looks like we do half the layout backwards as well, which is awesome. Here we go, just down the first drop here, into a little bit of a helix, and then diving down underneath the lift hill structure. That was really nice. Nice snapping transitions over that second launch. I think that's the second launch. Oh no, it's the brake run. And rising up here into the first of our special track elements. I'll launch out of here backwards. You can imagine this looking over a really big focal point in a park. That would be awesome. Launching back through that building, down a nice drop backwards as well, though the profile is pretty good. Loads of little snapping airtime hills. Nice turns, very low to the ground as well. The near misses with all the theming and foliage is really nice. then hopping down into that brake run, and then back into another transfer track to head into the station. Yeah, that was really fun. Great layout there, got some nice varying elements, and I love all the near misses with the foliage as well. It's a very 13 style launch back into the station. Yeah, that was really nice, very pretty coaster, really fun and compact layout, and I like all the interaction with the landscaping. Good work. Next up we have Teal Tide, which is a Gerstlauer launched infinity coaster. This looks really cool. I love all the interaction with the ride area as well, and especially the path work. You've got like trenches where it goes out and over the path and then dives underneath it. And this first half of the layout here is very much like Carnon inspired, you can tell from that elevated turnaround section, but instead it launches into a top hat. I love that little bit of track over the entrance there as well, like perfectly frames that path. But yeah, it looks like it's got a really nice variety of elements too. The colour scheme's really pretty. It's got a lot of custom support work going on as well, which looks awesome. You can see that like custom lift up to the block section there that it's got going on as well. Yeah, all the trenches through the ride area and like, around the path really make this ride. It looks awesome. You can imagine just sitting on one of those benches and watching the coaster go around. Should be really fun. But yeah, all that custom supporting is really nice. I love all the foliage work as well. Like all of the coasters that we've seen so far, they would fit beautifully into Cedar Cove with all the foliage and planting that they've got going on. Here is our ride entrance. Let's go for a ride. On the first launch now. Speeding down. We've got a little launch plant building that you can see under there as well. Really nice and realistic. Got a really huge top hat there that we've gone into. Nicely profiled drop coming off of there. And then into that non-inverting turnaround. That's really unique. Look at that. Very Gerstlauer. Custom supports look great from this angle too. Got a very high up 0G roll. Kind of nice direction change there as well. Nice overbank. Profiling's great on this coaster. Like a little wave turn there. Spiraling back down towards the ground, and then really nice transition up into that block section. Yeah, the transition works fantastic on this. Really slowing down here to go into quite a nice steep drop. Sharp banking turn into a little trench. Oh, great corkscrew there, or 0G roll through that support structure. And we go up into that 0G stall over the path. Nice, very tight helix around that planting bed there. Then a couple snaps, and then that really slow inversion into the brakes. Yeah, that was a really fun layout. I like all the changing paces through that layout as well. The path work is really nice, and it was a very nice and smooth coaster with some great custom support in. Nice work. Next up we have the Abandoned, which is a Gerstlauer Infinity coaster. This looks really cool. We've got some very unique custom supporting and light theming work going on too. The creator has said that this coaster is supposed to be themed to actually being abandoned, so it makes riders second guess their choice of riding. That is a really cool idea. I've never seen that before. Look at the support in that vertical loop there, and you actually get launched into it. That's really cool. Very like sort of Voltron inspired, surely that. And you got really nicely themed lift hill there. Nice block section to a very slow light. It's more like a wing over turn than a dive loop, isn't it? And then into the rest of the layout. Yeah, that looks awesome. I love all the really overgrown planting around it as well. It really sells that fact that it's abandoned. Got a cool station building there with all the like aircon units running around the side. Nice abandoned sign there as well for the traction name. Yeah, I love all these trees. It's like really intimate and secluded down at the bottom of the ride area. See the first drop there, got a nice entrance sign. I think we should go for a ride. I'm excited to have a look at this. Really cool theming as you come through the queue line here as well. It's not too overly themed like we didn't want Cedar Cove to be. It's like a nice amount of light theming, which is good to see. And I like how overgrown everything is as well. It just looks really cool. Launching out the station there into our first couple of elements. Like the interaction with all the custom support going on there too. Got a very slow overbank turn, get some great sideways hang time. And we're up into our lift hill. Approaching the top of that drop now. Absolutely flying down here. Nice steep drop there. Trims at the bottom. Nice inversion there through the smoke. Up into a really unique inversion there. That was really odd. Catwalk all along the side. Yeah, really liking this like abandoned theming. And launching up into that really tall slow loop. Nice supports on there too. Then up into this very odd looking wing over drops kind of thing. It just looks like the start of the Swarm, doesn't it? Diving down there. Nice little pop of airtime, cool transitions through all the foliage and supports, and then into the brake run. Yeah, that was really cool. I like the sort of stylization behind this, and look at the front of the train there. That's really cool. Yeah, great work. I like all the interaction with all the overgrown nature as well. Next up, we have another awesome looking Arrow or Vekoma looping coaster. This is the Corkscrew. According to the creator, this opened back in 1978 as the world's first coaster to go upside down 4 times and really put Cedar Cove on the map. This looks so cool. I love the way it looks. They said it was also refurbished in 2008 on its 30th birthday to bring it back to its former glory, and you can really tell the colour scheme is absolutely popping. I love the whole aesthetic of this as well. I really like that view of the lift hill there going up into the trees. It feels like a very iconic classic coaster, doesn't it? Even just from seeing it through these few shots here. I like all the custom support work you've got on the lift hill there, and then down into the rest of the layout. All the supports look fantastic. Its location as well, alongside the water with all of the huge trees in the background, looks like it's been here for a while. And it just looks awesome. The pathway running through the area too, underneath those 2 corkscrews, looks really nice. And yeah, there's quite a bit of pathwork interaction actually. And then all this lovely maintenance area down here is a great bit of realism. You fit all this in 6,000 pieces as well, which is absolutely fantastic to see. You've done an incredible job. I can't wait to get on this. I love all my classic coasters, and this looks like it would fit right into Cedar Cove. I'm excited to have a ride. Approaching the top of that very slow lift hill there, love that. Got a sign that says brace yourself 3 times. I'm hoping this isn't going to be as rough as that sign would suggest. A very nicely profiled first drop here as well. And up into that Immelman. Got the camera there too. Into that vertical loop. Great speed going through there. Little catwalk at the bottom too in case it rolls back from the block section, which is nice to see. Great profile drop off there, that was really nice. Gathering some great speed now as we do that corkscrew through the structure there, that was so cool. And rising back to do the other one, nice interlocking corkscrews over a pathway, that's so cool. And diving down here, little airtime pop over the path into our final helix to kill some speed before we get into the brake run. That was really fun, I enjoyed that. Got a great layout on there, and the whole ride area is just stunning. I love the whole all the visuals of it and the aesthetic. It looks very classic and iconic coaster as well that you managed to create there. That was really good, I enjoyed that one. Next up we have Thunderstrike, an RMC iBox coaster, and this looks really cool. It's got a very unique set of elements by the looks of it, and I love that really long drawn out inversion with the ride sign on. That looks really nice. It's got pretty much an out and back layout coming all the way down here to do a pretty unique looking turnaround. That looks awesome, and the truss work for the lift hill, all that custom looks fantastic. Look at the colours as well. It's got a lovely colour scheme. Just approaching the top of the lift hill, look at the view from up here. That lift angle for the drop is so steep. Going down the drop there, I've got a really long speed hill and this pretty unique looking turnaround where it banks up into a sideways stall and then powers through that downwards inversion. That's pretty cool. And then you've got that really long sort of, it's kind of a 0G roll, isn't it? But really long drawn out. I suppose it's more like a corkscrew actually. Yeah, it's a pretty cool element though. Got a little plaza in the centre of the ride area as well, which is nice with the sign on. Got all the queues snaking down here through these trees, providing a bit of cover, and then up to the station. It's a very nice station with all the woodwork going on there. Nice little row numbers. Let's go for a ride. Just at the top of the lift hill now. A very big lift hill. Look how steep that drop is. That's awesome. A really long drawn out speed hill there. Get some very sustained flow through, I imagine. There's that cool side stall and flying down through that inversion there. It's picking up the speed really fast. Very slow inversion there over the ride sign, which is nice. Nice twists and turns, very smoothly profiled there, wasn't it? It's a very smooth ride. Got a little off-axis airtime hill there, diving down underneath that structure into a mid-course brake run onward. I imagine this is where it gets pretty crazy to ride. You can see it's picking up speed already. Got some very nice tight transitions for the ending of the coaster. Look at it go. Weaving in and out of itself and up into the brakes. Yeah, that was awesome. Really picks up the speed there towards the end, and I love that really slow inversion of the sign. Really cool. Next up we have Timber Trail, which is an absolutely beautiful Gerstlauer multi-launch coaster. Multi-launch Infinity, sorry. Look at this. I love the kind of like wilderness overgrown theme around it as well, and the realism efforts that you've gone to here are fantastic. The coaster looks incredibly smooth, got some really nice elements, some beautiful custom support work too. And I have to say, like, all the interaction with the nature and the path around it just makes it be one of the most beautiful coasters I've seen in quite a while, actually. I just love the whole aesthetic of it. It's very nice. It's like nice sunken down and secluded. The track colour like goes really nicely with all the surroundings as well. I'm really excited to have a go on this. Look at it going through that really unique element there. Yeah, look at all the pathwork. It's all like very neat and tidy, and the ride area is all like overgrown. Love that sign there for Timber Trail as it sort of like leads up with those series of retaining walls up into the station. Got a nice maintenance area down here as well with a couple of spare footers and flanges. Got a nice transfer track too. I really like the look of that. It's got its own like dedicated train housing shed as well. Here we go into the first launch. Up into that nice sideways stall top hat style element there. Diving down, nice pop of ejector airtime. Underneath some cool custom supports into an inversion, down by the side of the path as well. This whole area has been really thought out well. Little block section there. Really interesting inversion there. Wow, okay. And into launch number 2, little airtime pop in there with the camera as well. Up into that very unique inversion there, that was awesome. Nice ejector airtime hill. Going down into a really strangely profiled dive loop, it sort of like stalls out at the top, that's cool. Nice corkscrew there. Keeping that rotation going, that was nice. Nice little transitions up into another block section and diving down. I love all the interaction with the rock work and especially the trees, you get really close to them. Flying around there into a little break. It's a very oddly profiled inversion going over the brakes there. Ooh, nearly stolen. That was going very slow. There we go, and then back to the station. Yeah, that was beautiful. I love the whole ride area around it. It's very nice and secluded with that woodland theme. Yeah, really great job. Next up we have Twisted Typhoon, which is an Arrow looping coaster. The creator said this would have opened in 1998 with the world's tallest vertical loop. The ride is based on Tennessee Tornado at Dollywood. It looks like a really awesome ride. Once again, all of the foliage and like tree interaction with this coaster looks fantastic. You can tell that it's an older ride just because of how developed all the trees are as well. Love that loop that like nearly stalls out at the top. And all the custom supporting looks really nice around the ride area. It's coming into that turnaround section there. You have a second loop, this one much smaller, so a lot more forceful. You can see it's got a lot more bracing around the supports there. It's got some really unique elements as well. I like the little transfer track maintenance area underneath the station. That's very Arrow. I don't know why they did that. I mean, some of the Vacomas do it as well, but yeah, it's such a weird way of doing a maintenance track. Oh, it's not a maintenance track. I thought that was going under the station. It's actually a spare piece of track and some supports. Anyway, yeah, still really cool. And you come around here into the station. Got a lift hill there looking absolutely huge, just emerging out the trees, and then Twisted Typhoon and the cool sign there. Let's go for a ride. Reaching the top of the lift hill here, get a great view across the park if this was in a park. Then turn around into the first vertical loop. This would have been the tallest in the world when it opened, which is so cool. Look at the size of that. Really slow over the top as well, because some great hang time. And speeding back down over the pathway and all the like really developed shrubbery and trees around the ride. Yeah, it's a very beautiful coaster, like all the rock work as well. It's keeping a nice speed through it. Great transition there up into an Immelman. Yeah, I'm liking the Arrow profiling, very nice. Up against that really dense wall of vegetation there, and then diving down, back up into the brake run. That was awesome. Yeah, I really like that. It's got some nice unique elements on there, and the whole area around the ride is just beautiful. Awesome work. Next up we have Unfathomable, which is a multi-launch Gerstlauer Infinity coaster. This looks really unique. The two sides of the coaster actually duel each other as well, which is awesome. You can see them there. that first interaction with the top hat and the top of that launch. That's really unique. And then they kind of like dance around each other for the rest of the ride as well, which is awesome. Doing those Immelmans there, and the trains meet up alongside each other for that downwards inversion. It's pretty cool. And then there's a couple more elements doing helix around that tree there into that little trench, where the trains are like kind of like dancing around each other. It's really nice to watch off ride. You can see them there hopping up into the brakes. The top one going back into the station, and the bottom one going underneath the station. Look at that view from the station as well. That's pretty cool. You can just see the other train there getting ready to launch, and then the other train is down here underneath getting ready to fly out of that door and then up into the rest of the layout. Yeah, that's a really cool concept. I like that. It's good from throughput as well, because obviously the ride layout is quite long, but yeah, it gives you that dueling coaster vibe with just having one coaster. Let's go for a ride. First half of the layout, launching through those cool shapes. See the other train there. That's really nice how they meet up like that. Perfectly timed. Diving down into our first kind of inverting interaction element there, which is really cool. And the train like hops over the other one. Some really unique transitions down here. Little helix around that tree. Little airtime and twisty transition pops before this train goes underneath the station for ready for round 2. Flying out those launch doors there after pausing for a brief second inside. Nicely profiled top hat. It's got some great speed behind it here. And then going into that dueling inversion element there, and hopping over the other train. That's really awesome. Diving back down towards the ground. Nice transition work going on. Popping down into a little trench, great head chopper there. And then up back into the station. That was really fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that. The dueling element really makes that, and the ride's really nicely presented too. Good job. Next up we have Upside Down, which is a multi-launch Gerstlauer infinity coaster, and this looks really nice. I love all the landscaping and rock work around it. It feels like it's in a really natural landscape, and look at that custom support in there. That looks awesome. Great custom supporting. Yeah, some really nice work there. I like how there's both the trains going around at once on each half of the layout. They get like a nice little interaction as one finishes and one starts. We've got great operations there. Already another one sent out. That's very Gerstlauer shape in that, isn't it? Kind of reminds me of the top out on Carajo, and then yeah, that really cool inversion next to the station. I love that. Yeah, it's a very pretty ride area. I love all the rock work and foliage and stuff, and that bridge you've got there as well is really nice. There's a little bit of a seated area down here as well, which is really nice. All the hedges and stuff and the flower work's got a lovely fountain there that's spinning around. It's very pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I love that. It does kind of remind me of a more modernised Carajo, actually. Like, obviously, Tripstraw is a very like classically traditional themed park, whereas this kind of feels like nice and modern and a bit more newer. Got a smoking area here. Interesting realism. Got a really cool test seat there, which is nice. I love the way that works, like triggered movements. And then up into the entrance here, over a little bridge, and we're on the coaster. Really cool inversion through like a big scenery piece there. That was cool. I love the track colour as well. Everything about the aesthetic of this coaster is very nice. Up into that top hat there, great profiling. Got some custom work on the front of the train too, we can see. Oh, that was a very nicely profiled inversion. So cool watching it go over the station like that. Then up into a mid-course brake run. Kind of a bit Voltron there, go down into a downwards corkscrew. Then into our second launch. This element looks really unique. Very strange turnaround, I love that. Nice ejector airtime hill pop. Very nicely profiled dive loop. That was very Gerstlauer. Then do a bit of a helix after it. Yeah, this is really reminding me of Carajo, actually. It's very similar. Little pops of airtime. The layout does look a lot more interesting on this one though. And a lot longer too. Nice low to the ground helix and an awesome inversion into the brakes there. Yeah, that was really fun. I enjoyed that. It's a very pretty coaster with a great layout. It was really smooth as well. Great job. Next up we have Verdant Abyss, which is a hypercoaster inspired by Carnon and Hyperia. What a really cool combination there. It's a Gerstlauer infinity coaster, and look at the size of it. It's absolutely massive. I love all the custom support in there as well, and you can see here we have an upside down airtime hill. That's probably one of the first of those I've ever seen, but it's quite subtle, so I think I'd say that's pretty realistic. You could see that happening. I feel like it would be Gerstlauer or Intamin that would probably be the company to do that. So yeah, it's really cool that you're experimenting with new elements there, but the whole ride is really nicely custom supported, and I love the look of that launch lift hill. The scenery pieces around the ride are really interesting as well. It's kind of looking a bit abandoned with all those like shards of concrete sticking out the ground. It's a really unique style you've got going on for it, which I really like. Got a bit of a pre-lift section there as well where it comes out the station. Let's have a look inside the station. Oh wow, that is beautiful. Let's have a look further back from here. Oh, I love that. Just that little skylight with the green wall there is really effective. I might have to steal that. That is beautiful. Anyway, let's go for a ride. Just coming out the station here. Yeah, if you didn't already know, architecture is my job. And brutalism and like concrete eco-brutalism especially is my favourite kind of architecture. So I really love that station. Really lovely inversion there coming underneath the station too, very Smiler-esque, and then up into that huge lift hill. Reaching the top now. It is absolutely massive, this ride. And really awesome beyond vertical drop there. Get great head chopper with the track and supports as you come up into this really large Carnan inspired turnaround. Yeah, I love the look of that. Very nice and smooth as well. We've seen a few of those this competition. Everyone really likes Carnan. I really hope to get on it someday. That overbank turn was great as well. And that upside down airtime hill is mad. Like I said though, it is very subtle, so I think it could be definitely classed as realistic. Diving down here, great head choppers and near misses with the scenery. Absolutely flying around this. Some great speed interacting with all that scenery there, doing a big helix around all the shards of concrete. Then up into a stall and around into the brake run. That was awesome. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. You can imagine this being a very iconic coaster or whatever park it's in, but yeah, great job, loved it. Next up, we have an RMC hybrid coaster called Verfalken, kind of similar to Verbolten in the name. Yeah, I love the look of the train you're using there. The Zero car is really nicely done. This layout looks really nice too. Got lots of great elements on there, inversions, great airtime hill there. It's huge, that thing, and I love the colour scheme. It's very nice and subtle. It's sort of giving me, reminded me of Hakuge, but the blue is a lot more like tealy industrial blue, which is lovely. I love that's one of my favourite colours. Coming up there into that block section, you've got a really unique slowing down into like a downward spiral roll. Get a little glimpse of that train. Yeah, that's really nice. I like the area in front of it as well. It's like very secluded pathwork with all the beautiful rock work and everything. That's really nice down here. Yeah, it's very peaceful. And then there's this huge RMC coaster there. Nice little pond with a great view. Look at that. Beautiful view. You've definitely embraced the nature park side of Cedar Cove, which is nice to see. Coming up into this beautiful wooden station here, and then we arrive on the POV. Here we go. Nice little outer bank turn out the station. Oh, and diving down too. I really like the look of that Zero car. Look at that. Great. Crazy amount of detail on there. Approaching the top of the lift hill now. Diving down a nice bank drop. Then up into a really cool transition to an outer bank. Back down. This is very smooth, keeping its speed nicely as well. Great airtime hill there, up into a 0G roll. It transitions nicely underneath the lift hill. That's cool. Oh, and then back down through it again. Get some great head choppers in this and the structure interaction. Diving down here, up into the block section, and then we slow down a bit to that really cool downwards inversion. Look at that. Very nicely profiled again. Picking up some speed now. Going into those last few jumps and turns before the end of the ride. Love all the structure interactions, you're diving through it. Nice stall there. Cool interaction with the other train flying past. Very untamed inversion to finish, and then double pop of airtime up into the brakes. That was really fun. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Look at the train there as well. I had to get a shot of that in there. That looks fantastic. Yeah, great work. It's a lovely coaster. Fantastic layout. Next up, we have another RMC hybrid coaster called Voyage, and look at the size of this. It's a really out and back coaster. You've got that kind of huge section that like comes out over here for the first part of the ride, and then the second part of the ride looks like it's all really low to the ground with some nice airtime pops, transitions and inversions, all really like clustered in this section here. All the landscaping around it looks really good. I like how you've got a path going around the entire ride area, so you can really appreciate the views from as you walk around this entire coaster, which is cool. you've kind of set the coaster up on like a bit of an island of path, which is nice. So like I said, you can go all the way around it and get some great views. I love all the low to the ground section at the end as well. It's very much a coaster of two halves from what I can see. You've got the larger first half, the more thrilling half, like at least height-wise, like I mentioned at the start, and then all the ending section of just loads of spammed airtime hills, transitions and inversions. Yeah, that looks really nice. Coming round here to the entrance of the ride. There we are, voyage sign, only 15 minutes, that's pretty good. I like all the little props and stuff you've got around as well to make the queue interesting. It kind of looks like it's all been brought together from recycled materials as well, which is pretty cool. I like the look of that. Let's go for a ride. Almost launching out the station there, up into a little overbank turn and some little bunny hops, and then up into the lift hill. Okay, I'm ready to go into that drop now. Very nicely profiled. And up into a very snapping inversion. Wow, that was very intense. Little trench in the ground, do a turn. Inline twist there, nice stall. Plenty of snapping right and left on this. The transitions are crazy. The speed you take in that inversion as well was great. Banking round here. Really low to the ground, I like this. It's like the ending section of Untamed, but like a lot longer. Yeah, it's absolutely flying around. What's the RMC at Kentucky? Is it Kentucky Kingdom? It's kind of reminded me of that. Is it Storm Chaser? Loads of little pops of airtime towards the end as well, and then into the brakes. Yeah, that was cool. I really like the kind of coaster of two halves vibe of it being like really big on this side and low to the ground on the other side. It's pretty unique. I like that. Next up we have another Arrow 4D coaster. This one's called Vulture and I love the colour scheme of this. You know what it reminded me of straight away? Hot Wheels. It's like a very Hot Wheels colour scheme. You could almost see it being like some sort of sponsorship. But yeah, I love the look of this. It's a very compact and different layout from all of the other 4D coasters that we've had so far. Those ones kind of followed the more traditional layouts of like X2, Engineika, Dynaconda, whereas this is like very much its own thing, which is cool. I like how compact it is, like I mentioned, and you've got like a little plaza here with some nice foliage, nice rock wall there. It's like very nicely presented, very pretty ride. Got some cool custom supporting going on there too, and then the awesome transfer track underneath the station. It's getting a nice overlook of the whole coaster from up here. I like that station building as well. You can see it's split between the load and the offload. Got the entrance here. I think he must have done this coaster when we had that update that flipped all the signs for some reason. Yeah, great view as you like exit out of the queue up to the station here as well. That huge element towering over the station. I love that inversion that goes underneath the station too. Very cool. So here is our onload platform, I think, and then the offload is over there. Yeah, that's really nice. Anyway, let's go for a ride. Approaching the top of the lift hill now, down that drop. We've got a little dip before, you're just facing the ground. That's so cool. But instead we flip over backwards. That's very different. Love that. You get really close to the ground. Nice 0G roll there. Underneath the station, going into that really big turnaround. It's very smooth. And then wrapping round into the mid-course brake run. Yeah, the inversions are taken at very different times as well compared to the more traditional 4D coasters of like existing style layouts. Really interesting. Flying around here, we're going backwards into this. Is it an Immelman? Yeah, I think that was an Immelman. I can't even tell where we are. Then diving down here into a little helix, rotating around, and then turning into the brake run. That was really cool. I liked how like non-traditional that was. You did a great job there. Very smooth, nice inversions, really unique. Awesome work. Next up we have Wavebreaker, which is a launched B&M surf coaster. I love the look of this. Beautiful track colour like the last one as well. But yeah, I'm really getting distracted by that beautiful station building. We'll come to it in a minute. But yeah, I really love the whole ride area around this. Great interaction with the plaza and the queue. Now I'm going to have to look at it now. Look at that. That is really beautiful. I've never seen someone do sort of like a lighthouse. It's not really a lighthouse, but like well, I think it is actually. Yeah, like a cool structure like that. Cedar Bay, I like that sign. Kind of making a whole area out of this ride, which is awesome. It's sort of giving me like a dockside, but also like farmyard vibe as well. Like it's a nice mixture of buildings too. You've got the classic building at the back there. There's a nice modern one here, which looks like a bit of a food outlet, I think. Yeah, this is really nice. Very well presented coaster. All the coasters in this competition that have come with a plaza have been really nice to see. Just that interaction with like queue lines and foliage and stuff and path work. It's been great to watch. This is the exit. Ah, cool, okay. So the entrance must be around here on the other side of the lockers. Yep, that makes sense. Why did I go that way? Yeah, there we go. Entrance. Let's go on the ride. Pulling into that airtime launch there, flying up into that overbank turn. Nice kind of speed going through there as well, stalling out at the top, getting a bit of hang time. Transitioning around here. This doesn't feel too extreme so far, which is good as well, which is exactly what you want from a surf coaster. Great airtime hill. And transitioning into a really nice slow inversion over the entrance. I love that. Diving down into a little helix over the water. I think that was a little water splash behind us as well. Let's see if we can see that off-ride. And then inversion into the brakes. Yeah, great coaster and pathwork interaction there. I really enjoyed that one. Very pretty and well presented creation. Next up we have White Devil, which is an RMC hybrid coaster. I love the whole aesthetic of this. I like the difference in the metal truss work between the wooden supports of the track as well, and then the track being white as well. It's a very beautiful look for an RMC. I don't think I've ever quite seen anything like that before, but yeah, it looks really nice. Got this little plaza down here as well, which looks cool, and some great interaction with the coaster from that plaza as well. Just looking up at this towering ride. Love that, the very detailed truss work there as well. That looks really nice. Got the great stall as well going there, very Zadra-esque. Yeah, I like the look of this little area down here. Just very simple, like pathwork, queue line, a little bit of planting, but it really adds so much to the creation. I'm glad people have been including those. Coming out of the station into some little airtime dips and hills here before we enter that huge truss structure up into the lift hill. Reaching the top now, got some little electrical boxes on there, nice bits of realism. Diving down that huge drop. Little bump to the side, very Zadra. And up into that outer bank. Very smooth so far too, which is great to see. Yeah, it's very Zadra inspired this. Great stall there, twisting really like nice spiral profile in there. And then up into that really cool inversion that goes down. Up there into an off-axis airtime hill. Great head chop as you come underneath the structures to do another off-axis airtime hill. Diving down there, keeping the speed really nicely. Snap into the side and up into a 0G roll. Yeah, the profile on that was great. A little off-axis airtime hill again, turn around, and then a couple more airtime pops into the brake run. Awesome work. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. The aesthetic of the ride is very nice and very smooth too. Next up, we have a very unique RMC coaster. We have Wild Moose, which is an RMC Wild Moose. This looks really cool. It's a very small coaster, obviously, for the type of coaster it is. For those of you that don't know, it's basically RMC's take on a Wild Mouse. So it is very similar, has all the switching back turns you'd expect a Wild Mouse to have. Some pretty cool airtime pops and like very small, narrow like transitions and stuff. Yeah, and this looks great. Obviously it's a pretty custom layout from what I can see. I don't think this is the same layout as the actual RMC Wild Moose concept that RMC released. But let's go for a ride. I'm excited to have a look what this looks like. Very close interaction with the structure there, obviously as a Wild Mouse it should be, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Seeing like a different take on an RMC coaster. I really like the look of this. The track colour is really nice too. Approaching the top of that lift hill. I'm expecting this to be like pretty fast around the layout, very tight transitions. Cool drop there under the structure, tiny bit of an outer bank on the way out of there. Then you transition into these like very Wild Mouse back and forward turns. Diving down here under the structure, little off-axis airtime hills into a block section. Nice outer bank turn, very slow. A couple more little funky twists and transitions. Another outer bank turn there up into like an off-axis airtime hill. And spiralling round into it, helix to finish the ride. That was really interesting, I like that. Yeah, pretty cool idea, good job. Next up we have Wildwood's Revenge, and the creator says that this RMC coaster replaced an old wooden coaster named Sora. And the new RMC coaster is, as we can now see, called Wildwood's Revenge. Pretty cool. I like how some coasters have been given a bit of a backstory in this as well as to what they were in like a previous life. That's really interesting. And you can see the coaster going around there. It looks really nice. I love all the colour scheme of it and this plaza you've got in the middle going on with the rockworks and water. Get great panoramic views all around the coaster, which is nice. I love it when Pathwork has like very close interaction with coasters, mainly just because of vlogging. Like it's so much easier to get shots of a coaster when you can walk really up close to it like you can here. We're just coming over here towards the entrance of the coaster. You've got that huge lift hill there coming out of the station. Some nice buildings around here, some nice like foliage and solar shading so you don't get too hot or sunburnt. Really nice overgrown entrance arch there as well, and you can actually see a piece of the old wooden coaster. I love that. That's really cool how you've included that. Nice little flower memorial garden. Got a lot of extended queue there for when we need it, which is pretty cool. Nice Wildwood Revenge sign. I like the look of that. On the coaster now, doing a little outer bank before we go up the lift hill. Reaching the top of the lift now, going down that drop, very steep drop, nicely profiled. Then up into a 0G stall, great speed going through there. Diving down, got a great airtime hill. Oh no, it's an inversion, I thought it was an airtime hill. Very near miss on that track. Flying around, it's got some good speed. There's your airtime hill. Then up into a 0G roll to try and... Oh, it's almost like a corkscrew, but not. It's like a cool double inverting turnaround. I like that. Double pop of airtime hill, go past the camera there. Very nice profile corkscrew. Got some great transitions on this. And loads of little hops and skips and jumps until we reach the brake run with a final inversion. Yeah, it was really cool. Quick look at the train there. Nice custom work. Yeah, great job. I enjoyed that one. Next up we have Wrath of Zeus, an RMC Hyper Hybrid coaster. Look at the size of this thing, it's huge. I really like the track colour as well on here, it looks really nice. A couple of light bits of theming around as well, which is nice to see. And the coaster itself is just massive, look at the scale of it. You've got this huge drop there that transitions into that cool off-axis airtime hill, which is massive. It's a very like out and back sort of twisty layout which you've got going on. Loads of crossovers with the other pieces of track as well, which is nice. Got this cool view here as you come out the station with a cool outer bank turn up of that huge lift hill. Oh, you actually got quite a bit of theming down here. Very like mixture of Vikings and Greek mythology going on. A little bit of like Roman stuff. Then you can see some transfer track work here as well, which is cool to see. Then I can't get over the scale of the coaster compared to everything else. It's massive, isn't it? Yeah, that's really cool. Let's go for a ride. Approaching the top of the lift hill now. Got a really big drop below us. Look at that. Diving down there. Got a little bit of a speed airtime hill pop before cool, like very harshly banked transition underneath the track there. Nice off-axis, massive airtime hill. And then transitioning up into that nice 0G stall. Spiraling back down to the ground there. It's got some nice low to the ground elements too, which is nice. Flying around underneath the structure, double up into an overbank turn. Got some great speed, little pop of airtime as we exit that as well. Ooh, up into the block section underneath the lift hill. Great airtime pop all the way down. Banking on this is really sharp. I love all the transition, great work there. Nice 0G roll, up through the structure again. Got a nice little spam of airtime pops before we end the ride as well. A very nice 0G roll there. A couple more airtime pops popping through the structure, get some great head choppers. And a couple more airtime hills and a very slow long twist into the brakes. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, awesome work. Great coaster with some really nice elements. Next up we have an awesome looking Arrow multi-looper coaster. Is it called Worm? I think that's how you say it. This is obviously very Drakenfire inspired, but I absolutely love the look of this. You've got all of the classic elements nailed, the custom supporting looks great as well, and I just can't wait to get on this. I just find this, like, Drakenfire in general, such a fascinating coaster. Like, it was really Arrow's attempt to try and beat B&M, and it just didn't work. But the coaster itself is, like, absolutely fascinating. It is just really, really interesting. So I'm glad a lot of creators are definitely taking inspiration from that, and this looks so cool. Got those interlocking loops there over that little trench. Got a dive loop there that it's going into. Nice block section work as well. Yeah, you can tell that you've very much studied the way Drakenfire and the Arrow multi-loopers works, because this looks so realistic. I love all the foliage work as well. It's a very pretty ride area. You've got the queue actually going through the coaster area as well, which is nice. Got a cool entrance sign there as well. What does that say? Those are the following conditions such as arrow jank allergies. Got a nice maintenance area there as well with the stations, a very pretty station, very much giving Drakenfire vibes for the actual building too. And a transfer track there too. Let's go now. You can just see the little claws on the front of the train, which is so cool. diving down into that very unique first inversion. Like I think I said before, but it is almost like Nemesis, isn't it? Like a little drop into a corkscrew before the main drop. Pretty cool. Nice airtime hill there, very straight drop into the loop. Yeah, this is very Arrow. You definitely know what you're doing with this manufacturer. Nice dive loop there, flying down and then up into the mid-course brake run. Yeah, the profiling is very Arrow. Like, there's not much banking where you'd expect it to be, which is exactly what Arrow would have done. The custom support work looks really cool as well. All your custom track connectors, you've put a lot of detail into this. Another very straight drop into a vertical loop. Like how they interlock as well. And up into a nice airtime hill that transitions down into a corkscrew. Yeah, it's a very pretty ride area, isn't it? Got a lot going on with all the trees and foliage. Down into a helix and then up into the brake run. Yeah, that was awesome. Very, very well done. Yeah, it's very well studied of what Arrow do. Awesome work. The second to last coaster of this showcase is called Wyvern, a Gerstlauer multi-launch infinity coaster, and this looks fantastic. I love all the interaction you've got with that really developed foliage as well. The custom supporting looks great. I've got like all the entrance buildings with the station around there as well. It's got a very nice aesthetic about it, and I really like the look of it. Look at these two, like almost dueling each other as well. It's just a very pretty coaster. There's like a lot going on everywhere you look, and that big lake in the middle with the like coaster track and the trees around it, it's just like so picturesque. It's really nicely done. I like the little path you've got in front of the ride area as well, with like little planters in and stuff. Nice areas to watch the coaster go around, and the track colour really complements the kind of like aesthetic that you've got going on. It like stands out between the trees, and you can like see just little glimpses of the track through all the openings between the trees as well. Love that inversion over the entrance as well. Excited to have a ride on this. Here we are coming out of the station into our first launch. You can see that the train is flying above us. This has 10 inversions, I believe, which is really cool. Huge top hat airtime hill, and up into our first inversion. That was nicely profiled. Great custom support work going on as well. I love how you're like diving in and out of the tree canopy too. Up into that Immelman and transition round into a helix around that big tree. It's pretty cool. You can imagine all these trees were here before the ride, and the rider had to like weave in and out of them. It's so cool. Nicely, very nicely profiled corkscrew there. Wow, that was awesome. Up into the second launch, gaining some really good speed here. Very nicely custom supported double like flying snake dive there. That was awesome. Up into a nice snapping airtime hill. Bit of an off-axis airtime bump there, down into a dive loop. Very Gerstlauer shaping on that. Little airtime pop. Nice 0G roll. Another little airtime pop before we go into our third launch. Really interesting cutback inversion over the station there, that was cool. Another really nice airtime hill. It's got a lot of airtime this ride, considering the amount of inversions it's got. It's got a good mix. Nice dive loop. Up into another great airtime hill there. Very nice like inline twist and then into the brakes. Yeah, that was a really great layout. Packs a punch. It's got loads of like variety of elements with inversions and airtime. It's a very pretty ride too. Nice job. Our final entry to showcase for this competition is Zenith or Zenith. I don't know what the English or American ways to say that, but it's an RMC iBox coaster, and I really like the look of this. Beautiful track colour scheme. I love all of the landscaping you've got around it as well, and once again a path that follows pretty much the entire ride layout, so you can get some great views of the coaster as it's going around. It's a very pretty coaster, isn't it? I love the whole like little area that you've created around it as well. It's like really nice and self-contained. You can imagine just putting this into any park and it'd go really well. It's got kind of like a light woodland theme around it. The station building's pretty cool, like with all the wooden like trusses sticking through the roof. Awesome entrance sign there as well, and I like these like little wooden structures you've put in the queue to walk through. They're really interesting. I like the look of that. You get some great views of the ride as well from this angle. You can imagine watching it go around in the queue to keep you entertained. Got all this lovely foliage and tree work as well. Nice how most of the queue's got some nice shaded parts as well, so you don't get too hot. This just looks really nice around here. It's very like calming, isn't it? It's like a lovely atmosphere to be part of. It's got a nice transfer track there as well into a maintenance building, which has a green roof too. Very nice in keeping with the Cedar Cove buildings that we've seen so far. Yeah, that looks awesome, little backstage area. There's your station as well. Let's go for a ride. Coming out the station there into some little bumps. Come around to our lift hill. Approaching the top of that pretty slow lift hill. Yeah, the wood colour with those black beams in the blue track are really nicely together. Little turn before we go into an inversion down into our drop and up into a nice airtime hill there. Very steep, like the look of that. It's spiralling round into a very nicely profiled 0G roll that like kind of turns around. Little off-axis airtime pop there. Coming round into a double down. Very nicely profiled corkscrew. And up into an airtime pop. Yeah, it's a right nice small layout this. I'm really liking the look of it. It's kind of like an intermediate coaster between something really thrilling and a family ride. And it's the brakes. Yeah, that was awesome. Great final submission there for this competition. Well done. And there we go. That is all of the entries for Cedar Cove showcased. Make sure you've seen all 4 showcases of the Cedar Cove Coaster Competition before voting in the form to decide your favourites. And the voting form is now open. Instructions of how to find that form will be down below in the description, where you can vote for your favourites. And please make sure to read the rules before voting. In a few weeks' time, on the date shown in my Discord server and on the form, the voting form will close. And after that, I'll announce the winners and the coasters that are going to be going into Cedar Cove. Really excited for that and I can't wait. Thank you so much for watching and thank you so much for entering this competition. This has been my biggest and best competition yet, and I've had such a fun time recording all of these showcases. Although I am looking forward to a well-deserved break now. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.